Hi and welcome to My Art Pixie. I'm Maria, and if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. Today I'm going to be working on a commission piece. Usually I take 2 commissions per month so that I can give them the attention that they deserve and I don't feel overwhelmed by having loads of commissions at one time. It works for me and it keeps me plenty busy. So today I'm working on an 8x10 watercolor piece. Today I am using Daniel Smith watercolors. I will list the colors that I'm using below. There are mostly greens and then some yellows as well. But I also want to note that the paintbrush I'm using is a number 8 silver black velvet paintbrush, and I like the way that this is shaped. Just gives me really good foliage as I work with plants and flowers and those kinds of topics and subjects. So a dear friend of mine commissioned this piece and I was excited. He really gave me my artist freedom to kind of come up with my own plan. He just gave me a poem to work with basically, and then just kind of set me loose, and he ordered an 8x10 commission piece on my website. And then the way that I work with commissions is that as soon as I get the payment and it goes through, then I start the process, and it may be asking a few questions and trying to figure out what they want. Well, he had a frame that he had already purchased and that he wanted to use. I had never seen this frame before. All I knew was that it was an 8x10 frame. I'll show you at the end how the image looks inside the frame. But before I get to that, I just want to say that I was excited about being able to come up with something around the edges. So I decided with this piece that I was definitely going to do some kind of foliage, and I wasn't sure exactly what direction I was going to take it. But I love how this brush creates beautiful leaf shapes. So I started there and I added some branches, and then I just started to work around kind of in a circular motion around the watercolor paper that I had taped down to my board. And then I just started to kind of work those leaves in. And if you've ever worked with watercolor before, you know, it's really load up your paintbrush and then work your way leaf by leaf. And I love this brush because it really kind of helps you with the shape of the leaves, and all I have to do is kind of press down and pull, and I get that beautiful leaf shape. So as I had said previously, a friend asked me to commission this piece. He was giving it away as a gift, and it meant a lot to him. And so I try not to let that add any pressure on my part. You know, that added pressure of this is really important to him. I need to make sure this is good, and it's going to be a gift and that kind of thing. But whenever I do commission pieces, I put this added pressure on myself all the time. So whether it is a portrait of, you know, someone's children, or it's a loved one, and so I have to make sure that, you know, it turns out and looks like that person. Lots of pressure. With this kind of commission, I feel like I have a little bit of breathing room because I'm comfortable with painting this subject. And so I feel like I can be a little more relaxed and freeing. I still want it to turn out great, and I still want my customer to be, 100% satisfied, but I feel like there isn't that added pressure of, does it look like the person? Probably my most terrifying subject is painting someone's face, because you have to get all of their features correct, and the color and the tone and their nose and everything just right. When it comes to foliage and any kind of floral leaf, anything from nature, really, you have a little bit more freedom to play around with not only colors but also shapes as well, to get what the end result is going to be. So this was a lot of fun, and I selected 3 different greens, which again I will put those below which Daniel Smith watercolors I used, and a yellow color. And the yellow really was focusing on the branches and then the berries that I will do here in just a few minutes. So I kind of put the berries on the end of these little twigs that I'm drawing right now. Sorry for the placement of my camera here. I was trying a different shot or angle for my camera, and I feel like I have more arm than anything, so I didn't stay on that angle very long, but I was just trying to kind of mix it up. Okay, so once I have all of the foliage done on the outside, I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off so that I can work on the lettering on the inside. I already have my lettering down, and then I'm just going to go over it with my paintbrush, and I'm just dipping it into the blue color. I think it's a Luna. It'll be down below. But as you can see, I did pre-print out the poem that I was going to use in a very light tone gray. I have found this to be very useful when it comes to centering the font and everything, but I can still go over it with my handwriting and get the watercolor onto the paper. If you're interested in this process or want to know more about it, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to go in more depth about that if you're interested. I've done it by hand before, just eyeing it and writing it out, and it's very time consuming. So this has cut my time in half because I've taken my watercolor paper and I have put it through the printer. And so I have this very, very light gray print of what the poem is going to say. It's also spell checked, and I know that there's not going to be any mistakes there as well. So the poem is by Alan Cohen, and it goes like this. Those who love are not fooled by mistakes you have made or dark images you hold about yourself. They remember your beauty when you feel ugly, your wholeness when you are broken, your innocence when you feel guilty, and your purpose when you are confused. So my friend commissioned this piece because he wanted to support somebody that he truly cared about. And I don't know about you, but poems say so much that sometimes we can't put into our own words. And so I think this was a beautiful poem to really, be kind, show kindness to another human being. And I think that art does that for people. Poetry is art, so it's so cool to take that art form of poetry and the art form of watercolor and put the two together and create this piece that is going to add hope and show kindness into a life that really needs some encouragement right now. That is a huge reason why I love doing what I do. I'm able to add a bit of joy into somebody's life. So I think about that while I am creating these pieces, that it's not about me, but it is about the person who has commissioned it, and or about the person of whom they're going to give it to as a gift or whatnot. I've had people do commissions and give them to their grandparents and to their sons and to their friends, and so I always know there is a special importance that goes along with each commission piece. So I take them very seriously, and I want them to have the best end result. And of course, I always sign my work. It's very important. And I usually write on the back as well. So thank you so much for watching today. If you have any questions about commissions and how I do them, how I work with them, I did do a video earlier. I'll link it below. But if you have any questions, ask in the comments. Until next time, bye.